So after Fenwick, Erebeth was the next to tumble down the stairs of misery straight into the basement of madness. A life cut short, and the precious long beating heart begins to cut all connections to that which held her up. Feeble threats, I will admit, delusions of divine importance, a naive mistake that societal order means justice. And my own support, I suppose. Perhaps I could have been more supportive. Oh well. I found myself in quite the unpleasant job position, however. Sent against a stinking army of orcs and barbarians. Really, they smell quite terrible. In far too savage and too cold lands for me to enjoy, seeking some legendarily dull magical word stones or some such. If only things didn't get any worse. Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition. And yes, as you might have seen, we are now telling the story of Chapter 3.
This has become something of a habit, has it
The
not?
Winged Death campaign.
Once more, Neverwinter is threatened, and once more you are called upon to save us all.
Yes, unfortunately, very, very far away from anything that one might consider remote, civilized, or pleasant.
Yet this time you will be reporting directly to me. With Erebeth's defection, Lord Nasher has elevated me from the role of spy master to that of his right hand. To be honest, I much prefer to stay in the shadows. Yet Neverwinter has need of me, so I will serve without complaint.
There's worse ways to make a living, I suppose. Neverwinter at least pays her servants well.
Neverwinter has need of all her allies now, whether they serve for honor, duty, or gold. I have examined the reconnaissance reports of my operatives in the field, and the situation is grim indeed.
Oh, is it?
The Luskan armies are marching against Neverwinter with Erebeth at their head, ravaging the land as they pass and leaving only destruction in their wake.
No, honestly, if they are marching from Luskan to Neverwinter, we are, as you might have seen in the little intro scene, we are all the way at the Silver Marches now. Or sort of above the Silver Marches. I hope they teleport us here, because otherwise that army will be in Neverwinter before we even arrive, honestly.
Perhaps even more troubling are the reports of orcs and some of the Uthgard tribes joining Erebeth and the Luskan army to pillage and plunder.
Is there no one who will come to the defense of Neverwinter against this horde of an army?
The Lord's Alliance has come to our aid. Without them, our plague-weakened city would already have come under siege.
Yeah, I would think so. It's not that far from Luskan.
And several of the Uthgard stand with us. The Red Tiger and Black Lion tribes have made camp with us here at Biaruna's Well, an Uthgard holy site. But Erebeth and the Luskan army are best left to the generals in the field. You have a much more important mission.
Have your spies learned anything about Mogram then?
The few reports I have heard of Magram indicate he is not with the Luskan army. It seems he is content to leave the battles to Erebeth. I believe Erebeth and the Luskan invaders are but a decoy, a distraction to draw our troops and resources away from the true threat.
Yes, and that will be these words of power thingamajigs.
It has not been easy to gather information on Magram's cult. But we know they are frantically searching for the ancient artifacts known as the Words of Power. Though we do not yet know what these words are, or why Magram desires them, we know there are at least 3 of these artifacts. We must not let them fall into the hands of the cult.
Right, just so that there was 3 clues together in the last bit in Port Last, was it?
You must find these ancient words before Magram does. If you do not, then I fear any victory by the Lord's alliance will prove meaningless.
And what should I do once I find these words of power?
If you find one of the words, bring it back to me here. My underground network will transport it to the safety of Lord Nasher's castle.
And any idea where I should, well, what's in it for me actually if I do that?
Rest assured, my mercenary friend, you will be greatly rewarded if you manage to recover any of the words of power. Neverwinter and the Lord's alliance will be most generous.
Right. And where should I start looking for these words of power?
There are reports of Margram's followers searching throughout the land. The hills and mountains to the north, the forests to the west, even the sprawling farmlands to the south. I wish I had more guidance for you. Perhaps you can learn more from Lillian Cambridge, an expert on ancient artifacts who claims to have some knowledge of the words of power.
And who's that then?
Lillian has promised to offer whatever help she can to any of my agents in this matter. You could probably find her in the tavern in the southeast corner of the camp.
Alright, so there is a tavern, that's good.
I know this may seem an impossible task, but I can think of no other person I would rather have undertaking this mission than you.
Where should I get some supplies then?
This camp has been set up to serve as a base for both the war effort and those searching for the words of power. In the various buildings, you will find whatever type of store you require.
Alright, I'll be going then.
I wish you luck in your mission. The very survival of Neverwinter may depend on it.
Right, sure. Okay then, let us proceed. Let's see, who do we have? Once again, we get the same standard amount of henchmen we can recruit. Who shall we get to first then? We can't take Linu along as we usually do. Might as well be handy. You know,
My
with armor
dear
for
friend, it warms my heart to see your face again. Erengend must have brought you here to help search for the words of power.
My face? Oh, 1 second. There we go, now you actually see my face. It's good to see you as well, Linu. Continuing on with this whole quest thing, do we? After Arabeth's betrayal, I readied myself to return to Everesca, yet somewhere deep inside, I prayed we would meet once more, Elsuan. When I heard Erengend's call for brave adventurers to serve the cause of Neverwinter to join the Lord's Alliance here at Bruno's Well, or Brionor, I don't know how you pronounce it, I didn't listen. Well, I knew that you would not, could not resist such a grand opportunity. You are drawn to heroic deeds, like gluttons to a bakery, Elsuan. I grabbed the first ride out of town and I came here. Well, second ride actually got me here. What happened to the first ride? You make it sound as if... Oh, alright, never mind. I was supposed to hitch a ride with one of the supply wagons at first, but the wagon I was on broke. And how did it break? Well, we had stopped for the night and I had this nightmare that a dragon was chasing me. I woke up out of the dream and saw something large outlined against the moon. I should have known better. It didn't really look like a dragon, but I was frightened. So I cast the first spell that came to my mind. The blast of lightning did little damage. How did she cast blast of lightning? I don't think that's a spell on the cleric list. Does she have cold lightning? Maybe. But it was following three that shattered into tiny little pieces. And did the Wagoneer throw you out then? It was dark and everyone was so shocked by the lightning that no one knew where it came from. I suppose that I probably should have told them it was me. I had to get here though, and I will pay Lord Nasher back out of my own wages when it comes to be done. Do you know anything about these words of power, Linu? I don't know where they would be though. I should have think such magic would most likely be associated with ancient times. That leads me to think that there are some ruins far to the south of here. What about those ruins? I have read lately of ruins that contain traces of ancient culture, whose knowledge of magic ran deeper than any living being today. I am an elf of Avaraska, a land where studying the mysteries is more than a path. It is a higher calling. The ruins to the south call to me, and if they hide knowledge, that is imperative to us. I suppose that it may just be my own heritage, driving me to study something as old and unusual as these ruins are reputed to be, but it might be even more than that. I will follow your lead as always, my dear Elsuan. You are a better judge of such things than I am. Alright, let's take her along for now. Then I shall endeavor to keep you alive once again, Elsuan. Just try occasionally to keep out of harm's way. Sometimes I think you're as bad as I am for getting into trouble. But I am quite good at getting out of trouble, or ending the trouble specifically. Let's actually ask the rest of the crew to see if they might have clues as to where to find the words of power.
Nice to see you again. That cheerful Gen fellow brought you here too, huh? Looking for some words of power or summit, hmm?
Yes, that's why I'm here, for Words of Power Summit. I was gonna take a long hard look around for my old friend Sammy. I bet he's around here somewhere, but somehow I knew we'd bump into each other. Well, to make a short story, I kind of to make it the short story short, I kind of got caught up in something that I shouldn't when I was somewhere where I shouldn't have been. Mr. Gent said I had to come here and help, or else. Figures that you'd be here too, my lord. With you being a great hero and all, bet you didn't have to come like I did either. And what do you know about these words of power, Tommy? Anything? Me? Heck no! You might want to trot off to Coldwood and check it out, though. Why Coldwood? Well, there's always tales of strange things in those woods. I passed through it more than a month back, and I remember seeing some ruins off the path. My guide said they belonged to some wealthy mage who locked away in there long ago, and that she used to collect a lot of strange things. So who knows? Old acquaintance of mine in the area too. Name's Varsh. I wouldn't trust him further than I could throw him, which ain't far, but he knows Coldwood pretty well. Well, thank you, but I'll not need your new help for you right now. Well, it's up to you, my lord. Trot back if you change your mind. Alright, now, Dalen, he probably...
Greetings and well met. It is good to look
is
upon you
familiar
once
to
more.
nearly be home.
No doubt Aaron Gend has brought you here to aid in the search for the words of power.
Yes, I kind of expected to see you here, Dalen. You're pretty close to home, aren't you? After Erebeth's betrayal, I meant to travel north in search of a quest to prove myself to my tribe. Yet even as we parted ways, I suspect we would meet once more, Elsuan. And I heard of Erengen's call for all those who would serve the cause of Neverwinter and join the Lords of Lions here at Bearuna's Well, a holy place to the Ulfgard. I thought it might be a sign from the gods. After all you've done for Neverwinter, I knew you'd be here, Elsuan. That is why I came. To join with you once more. I feel the fates are bound together. You know this place. What do you know of any clues to the words of power? I have heard nothing of these words of power. Recent events concerning the Ulfgard Elk might be worth investigating, though. How so? The Elk tribe is allied with the Luskan forces. As incredible as it sounds, they have attacked Fort Ilkart and the settlers' farms into the south. I am of the Red Tiger tribe, but there are values and beliefs common among the Ulfgar people. We are warriors and hunters, not bloodthirsty savages. The Ulfgar are a people of honor. I believe some evil force is at work, a dark taint that has polluted the noble spirit of the Elk tribe. There can be no other explanation for their actions. Or they're simply opportunities wanting to get some valuables and lands and stuff. I only mention the Elk tribe because you ask Elsuan. If you allow me to join with you once more, I will follow you wherever you choose to go. Not right now, thank you. As you wish, Elsuan. If you change your mind, I will find you here. We might actually switch to Dalen because, you know, these are sort of his people around here. Now, body knock.
Greetings to you. Forgive me for being so bold, but you are the one being called the Champion of Neverwinter, aren't you?
Ah, and he doesn't remember us again. Okay. So, we can pretty much skip this as he brought it up before. Yeah, we know his introduction. Any rumors as to where the words could be? I doubt I can help you there, Elsuan. All I know of this area is limited to the accounts of the Lantanese explorer detailing the hills north of Buenos Rel. Tell me more of these reports then. As you know, the love of exploration and the thrill of discovery are traits shared by all the people of Lantan. Whenever one of our people visits a foreign land, they make an account of all their experiences. These accounts are added to the Great Library of Lantan, so that all people can be enlightened. A few years ago, a gnome named Hirigo Wanderlust returned to my island with an account of this region. The majority of his time was spent exploring the hills north of Buenos as well. Secretly observing the habits and activities of the giants who make their home there. There's giants there. Oh yes! We have no giants on Lantan, so my people are fascinated by them. Hirigo's research is the most detailed account that we have to date of these remarkable creatures. The subject was he was studying a hill giant. Hill giants were the exact species, if I remember correctly, had actually chosen a king from amongst their number, and this king had united several bands of giants into a single powerful tribe. They had even constructed a great steading to house their king. From there, they raided the lands to the south, and until Hirigo's research, we assumed hill giants were incapable of such higher level of organization. And why do I care? Well, most of Hirigo's research was of a scientific nature: diet, mating habits, activity cycles, habitat, territory range. Academically compelling, but oddly useful in our mission, I'm afraid. I would love to see these giants before I leave the north, Elsuan. Though I know your my own want must be set aside after the words of power are found. Fine then, goodbye. Farewell, Elsuan. I will hope you require the service of a talented sorcerer. You know where to find me.
The fires of war
Grimnar.
are burning on the horizon. Why am I not surprised to see you here to forge your blood-drenched legacy in the furnace of slaughter?
He does have a way with words, doesn't he? It is good to see you, Grimnar. You are such a poet. There are not many who would claim. It is good to see a member of the Order, Elsuan, but you and I are of the same ilk. We do not shy away from death and killing. When I heard Erengend was recruiting mercenaries to his cause, I knew you would come, Elsuan, just as I did. Our fates appear to be once more bound together. Erebeth's betrayal was stoked the fires of war, and I am eager to see the killing begin. If we are lucky, this war will engulf the entire region. Yes, lucky. Do you know anything about the words of power, Grimnar? I have not heard anything of these words, Elsuan, though I once lived with my clan in the mountains to the north. You used to live in this region as well? Long ago, my dwarven clan dwelt in the Dragon Mountains. Though when our battle hammer reclaimed Mithril Hall, we left to join with the others of our kind who flocked to his banner. At night, the Great Worm could often be seen soaring over the moonlit skies. There were many legends of the horde of these winged serpents guarded, and many rumors that of the mighty artifacts that they could be found within. I do not specifically recall any mention of a word of power, but I can only assume that such a powerful item would likely be found in a dragon's lair. If you wish, Elsuan, I would gladly join with you. You seek the outer words of power. I've no doubt a partnership will result in a scourge of death throughout the land. Later there, Grimnor. As you wish, Elsuan. No doubt you can spread havoc without my assistance. However, if you change your mind, come and find me here. Yeah, okay. And then last one, Sharwin, what does she know?
Somehow I knew you couldn't be far. As soon as Erengend mentioned why we were brought here, I began wondering when you would pop up.
Yeah, it's good to see you as well, Sharwin. How did your little vengeance go back down at Katla? Did I say it's good to see you? Did I say it's good to see you? I only said that I knew you'd come. I only jest, Elsuan. Of course it's good that you are here. I wasn't going to come to Brennaroom as well. Originally, I figured I had done enough by your side, but the story isn't finished just yet, is it? And you know what a sucker I am for a good tale. So, what do you say, Elsuan? Shall we join together once more? I want to see how this unfolds firsthand. Yes, well, first of all, do you know anything of a word of power, Sharwin? No, nothing at all. I find that strange too. I know a considerable lore, yet neither I nor any of the tomes I've researched mention them. I have an idea as where to look, however. And where might that be? South of Fort Ilkard, there's supposed to be some ancient ruin. Older than any settlements in the Northlands by far, so the tales say. It was supposedly once the home of a quote-unquote creator race. Oh, it's one of those places again, is it? Yes, we visited that before. That predates even the elves, if you can imagine that. Oh, I can imagine. There are lots of things. I've never heard of anyone returning from it though, so it could be anything. The magic power in the area is supposed to be incredible. There's some stones in Monolith which are too dangerous to even approach, which would give me even more reason to believe these words of power will be there. Alright, thank you for that information, but I'll not need your help right now. Oh well, if you change your mind, I won't be far. Right, so we have some clues on what to follow up on. So let's see what the town is like that we're in. Well, we're at a well. This actually looks fairly normal for an encampment. Drinking house, okay. Very inspiring name. We still have quite a lot of loot from the last chapter, so we'll probably go about selling that as well. Deers. Yep, loading. Temple of Tyr, that's over there. Okay, I guess it's a makeshift temple. God.
Something I can do for you?
You're going to the top of the plateau to see Bjorn as well. If you are, just watch your step. I wouldn't trust those Utgard savages as far as I could throw them. And who are you? The Lords of Lions figured it might be a good idea to post some guards here at the base of the plateau to warn people. Past this point you're entering heathen camps. You can go up on if you want, but watch your step around those savages. We don't want any trouble with those Ulfgard camped around Bjorn as well. You have an issue with the Ulfgard. Yeah, you know, Bjorn as well. It ain't much to look at. I didn't really ask that, but whatever. But I guess some people figure it's a big deal. What with the historical significance? Bearuna was some Ulfgard hero, or so they say. The legendary father of their people, or some such nonsense. They say he built that well on top of his plateau. I don't believe the legend myself, but the plateau is a holy site to those damn Ulfgard. I guess that's why they built their camp up there. I did already ask about Ulfgard. Did I click wrong? Maybe I did. Yeah, one of the Ulfgard tribe has joined the Lords of Lions, the Black Lions, I think. I don't really trust them heathens, but I guess we need all the help we can get. They've gone and set up a camp on the top of the plateau. Seems they figure they've got a claim to the lands around Bjorn as well. Anything else I should know up there? Besides your incredible amount of racism? Well, there's a druid grove up there. I think it's run by a man named Elsuan. You know them druids, nature this, nature that, all that. Yes, I do know that. I guess that's why he'd rather stay up there with Bjorn as well, and with them primitive Ulfgard, instead down here with us civilized people. Right, I'll be going now. I can only take so much of your bigotry. See you around then. Like I said, watch yourself around those Ulfgard. Allies nor not, those I don't trust those savages. Savages, savages, evil savages, savages. And what I am more looking at is, yes, a trading post. See what we can buy this chapter. Or buy easily at least. Why is the ground smoking there? That is curious. Husher Clay? Oh, Baron Silver. That's obviously a smith.
Hello there.
Greetings, friend. Husher Clay at your service. Care to check for my wares here at this, well, the newest branch of my adventuring gear shop? What do you mean, newest branch? Well, I used to run a little place way down south. Business was good, but the big money is in franchising. So I left my son in charge of my store and headed north to expand my merchant empire. When I came across all these rich adventurers gathered here in Bjorn as well, I figured this was the perfect place to set up my new shop. At least until I get a license to sell in Neverwinter. And what kind of things do you sell? Oh, little this, little that. Items, magic, mundane, anything an adventurer might need. But if my wares don't interest you, talk to my dwarven friend over there in the corner. He is quite an accomplished smith when it comes to arms and armor. If I don't sell it there's a good chance he can make it. Alright, let me look at your inventory then. So he has up to +3 equipment. That is interesting. Yeah, he has up to +3 equipment. Okay. And some magic arrows. Anything nice and named? Or is it just all +3 stuff? I think it might all just be up to +3 stuff. Yeah. Let's have a quick look if there's anything that piques our interest, but I think they are all just nice golden +3 stuff. +3 composite longbow. Does have a bit more mighty, but we don't have the strength high enough, so we really shouldn't be investing in that too much. Yeah, no, it's just +3 stuff. Spells, powerful spells too. Staff of Valmaxian. Sorcerer Wizard provides AC and damage bonus, and you can cast Chain Lightning, Ethereal Image, and Fireball from it. Ring of the Scholar. He doesn't have a Ring of Power that I see. And random stuff. Yeah, he sells bags of holding, so it's good. If we need more bags of holding, we can go here. Okay, that's good to know. What does the smith have?
Hey, what?
Welcome, noble sir, to Baron Smithy. I, of course, am Baron, Master Dwarven Smith, and creator of fine magical items. How can I be of service to you today? And what exactly do you do here? I am a weapon and armor smith of sorts. I take component items and combine them with magic items to make objects of even greater majesty and power. Not a bad little gig if you can get it. If you want to, I can look through your inventory and backpack to see if you have anything I can combine to a powerful weapon or a suit of armor. Anything particular you can look for? What kind of component items would that be? Well, here you go. Just take this book and I have here. It'll explain everything you can make with the components required to do so. Alright, let's just look through the book then. So he is basically a weapon and armor smith. And we have been saving a lot of components already, so we should have a look. Should also probably... book. Baron's Catalog of Weapons and Armor. Yeah, this is pretty much the same thing as it was in Chapter 1. Except I think he makes better versions of everything now. So we can probably already start with crafting some powerful stuff. I should probably buy some of the things. Why is that one hat still in my inventory? I don't know. Alright, let's read. We want a magical rapier, most likely. So, sword and katana, Ufgar ceremonial. Vedas short sword. I know there was a rapier of some kind in here. Namara rapier. Required dragon blood and a magic rapier. Okay. We have 3 doses of dragon's blood. And let's buy just a random rapier. In case it's not better than our +1 Namara one. I do have to make space for it. How expensive is it actually? 14,000. Oh well, we'll have to do. I think this is the same jig. You just put it on the anvil. You have a word with the smith.
Hey, what?
Welcome, noble sir, to Baron Smithy. I, of course, am Baron, Master, Dwarven Smith, and creator of fine magic art. How can I be of service today? I want you to make an item for me. Okay, I see the stuff on my anvil. Let me take a look what I construct for you. Dragon blood and a magic rapier can make a Namara rapier. Yeah, it is a lot more expensive, but the job isn't cheap. It'll call you 12,000 gold pieces for you to make this fine thing. Payment in advance, of course. Well, we have a lot of coins, so here you go. Always a pleasure doing business with such a fine man as yourself. Stand back and don't let me catch the hammer on your head. There you go, sir. Quick as spark as you can with the job done. Pick up the item from the forge, or from the anvil. So that's just a +2? It's not very good of an upgrade. Wonder if we had put a +3 in here if it would be better. Is there any other improvement? Sleep instead of days. But the DC is still only 14. Honestly, that's not a really good upgrade, I feel. Oh well. It's a shame. What else can we make? I am interested in making some of the magical armor here. I think there's some armor and axes. So there's... we don't have a diamond, so we'll have to wait for that. We do have holy water, and we do have a gargoyle skull, so... AC 5 and AC 3 armor we need to buy. Do we maybe have AC 5 total? Armor 3 I like to keep. Scale mail is an AC 6, so that we cannot use, unfortunately.
Hello there.
Alright, let's look at the inventory. So this would make... no... this would make AC 3, so we can use that for the gargoyle skull. Let's just shift it up, so we'll buy this one. And now we need something for AC 6. That's 5. That's 5 as well. I think it was AC 5, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Splint mail. Let me just have a quick look at the book. So AC 3 we got. Total AC 5, yeah. What would be... we kind of need a plus, actually. This might actually be AC 5. Yeah, it is. I'm stupid. Yeah, this is AC 5. Okay. So we can just buy this blue armor for this. Okay. Let us start doing some enchanting. Or smithing, rather. Because we have holy water and we saved one of the gargoyle skulls. Let us begin with the holy water and the leather armor.
Hey, what?
I want to make an item for me. What's that? Special holy water. Powerful stuff. I could combine it with the suit of magical armor and we make a scales of truth for you. 20,000 it will be. Fine, here you go. Okay, that's done. So, this is a +6 armor with a +3 enchantment bonus.
Do not burden me so.
Sort of
this
nice.
is too heavy.
And let's now do the white bone.
Hey, what?
Let's make an item. I could combine the gargoyle skull with a magical item to make a white bone armor. 20,000 gold pieces. Here you go. Okay, that creates a silver bone armor +2. It is a half plate. That does soak a lot of damage. That's actually pretty good.
This is too heavy.
Like it does. Because yeah, this would be for Linu. Does give her slightly less AC than the if we take the other one. The armor freedom, but the damage soak is very nice.
Do not burden me so. This is too heavy.
Though it only damage soaks +1, and we are getting to the point where that is not so much. Yeah, I think we still will end up. And how does it look? Let's let that be the judge. I like the look of the armor freedom better on her, so we'll give her that.
Do not burden me so. This is too heavy.
Okay then. But I think we'll leave it here for now. I'll do some shopping and some selling and such. And yeah, when we next return, I will start the adventure proper. So till the next episode, bye bye.